We begin this segment with news from the crime beat. An early morning traffic accident turned fatal. Our Cleopatra Murphy rushed to the scene and has the details.
A traffic accident has claimed the life of a woman after a vehicle collided with concrete barriers blocking Munnings Drive early this morning. This is the second accident and first fatality since the road was blocked on May 1st.
Responding officers came on scene and met a female driver of a burgundy high-under Elantra had collided head-on. She was traveling east along the Munnings Road corridor from the JFK thoroughfare when she would have made a head-on collision with those concrete barriers. EMS on site confirmed that based on the injuries, she's come on scene.
Chief Superintendent of Police Craig Stubbs says the fatality involving the deceased, believed to be between 20 to 25 years old, occurred shortly before 6 a.m. After mortuary services staff removed her body, a smear of blood was visible on the driver's side door of the crushed vehicle. Just below it, more blood and shattered glass was on the ground. Stubbs issued an appeal to motorists that includes driving within the speed limit.
Utilizing high beam and just be extra cautious in commuting this corridor. We're in the initial stage of the investigation. We'll have to do some walkabouts, measurements, to determine the exact speed that the vehicle would have been traveling at the time of the accident.
Officials from the Ministry of Works say Munnings Drive was closed from Gladstone Road, impeding through traffic to JFK, with the intent to create a cul-de-sac at the request of residents concerned of speeding and criminal activity. Stubbs responded this way when asked if the closure could have caught her by surprise.
I wouldn't say surprise, based on what you can see that there's significant damages to the vehicle, and the fact that the vehicle was able to move those concrete barriers backwards. Speed with the force was a very intricate role, and then the amount of injury she received internally, based on what we see inside in the interior of the car, steering wheel would have been damaged, and the dashboard would have came back towards her in the chest. For more indication, seatbelt was not engaged at the time of the accident.
Following the deadly crash, Stubbs urges drivers to drive defensively and drive with all road users in mind.
You must at all times exercise extreme caution. At night, we know when the streets are less congested, person tends to accelerate more on the streets. We are encouraging you in doing so. Make sure you have engaged all of the safety mechanisms as related to the car, whether it's the seat belt and the speed limit of that vehicle, or more importantly, the speed limit on that particular corridor.
The mangled remains of the vehicle was pulled from the scene just before 8 a.m. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
And earlier this afternoon, our drone captured workmen erecting speed bumps on Munnings Drive. This just hours after that fatality this morning.